Welcome back. So that's pretty neat that we can now log in and log out dynamically. But remember, with great power comes great responsibility, and behavior subjects have great power. So we need to understand what the problems could be with using behavior subjects like this. And we can actually prove right here that it can create memory leaks. So we're going to talk a little bit about that this lesson. We're going to talk about the problems with not unsubscribing from one of these guys right here. So let's try in the uninit right here. We'll try and say this dot auth dot, and then we'll use our is logged in behavior subject right here, and we'll start subscribing. Now when we do this, we can get back a token, and we can use that token and console log it like this. And again, I'll remove this again. I just want to prove a point right here. So this means that if we say console.log and we pass in the token right here like this, and we'll also put in a string so we can see the token probably. So we'll say token, comma, token like this, and then we'll actually pass out that token right there into the console. I'll just outcome this for now. We'll get that back later, but I don't want to kind of confuse these two later on. So now we have this on init right here, meaning that every time the component is being instantiated, we will start listening. But notice I'm not unsubscribing, I'm only subscribing. And that will actually create memory leaks if I keep the program running. And that's what I want to prove to you. So if we try and say that we're going to leave the page, come back, let's just log out, come back, leave the page, come back, leave the page, come back. Every time I do this, I'll actually subscribe to the behavior subject, and I forget to unsubscribe, meaning that I'll just listen for more and more of these requests right now. So when I log in now, you'll notice that instead of getting one request back that I logged in, I'm going to start getting 5 requests back right now. And if I keep going like this, let's just go back and forth a few times just to show you. And this is what we call memory leaks, because we keep listening and we never stop listening for this problem right here. And that means that now we get 9 of these guys. And again, you'll notice every time I do this, I'll get more and more people listening, and I'll never clean up. So the problem is, as long as the application is running right now, I'll actually just keep getting more and more of these leaks into my system, meaning in the end, there could be 100,000 here listening. I know that's maybe overkill for this setup right here, but if you're not aware of this, you might end up having some pretty hideous memory leaks that does a lot more than just calling a token one time. It might be actually calling a backend multiple times, so you can get something that's really, really horrible in your system right here. Now, you won't need to know that if you refresh the page right here, it'll actually remove all these. So when I reload, you'll notice that now they're all gone. So if I do it now, it'll actually only have 1 again. So the only way to prove it is if you kind of dive through the pages like I just did, and then you can start seeing these memory leaks popping up to the system slowly every time you do the login. And again, you just have to be aware of it. And again, I'd already talked about how we can fix this using different ways. I'm into the async keyword. So next lesson, just to be sure we don't end up with any kind of memory leak in our system, we're going to just add the async keyword so we are sure that we are logged out when we're supposed to in the actual system. Now, if you want to do it the old-fashioned way, we could do an onDestroy right here. So let's just end it like that. OnDestroy, we can use that interface. We can implement the OnDestroy method right here. Let's just get that up here. This is again the old way to do it in my mind. So with the OnDestroy, we can now, when we subscribe, we can save a local unsubscribe right here. Let's just say this.unsub like this, and that'll be equal to this subscription we're getting. And then we can say create that field up here like this, create that field, whoops, and import it. There we go. Whoops, what are you doing to me, man? Import. There we go. And then with this unsubscribe now, which again can be undefined, notice how much code this takes. Oh my God. What I have to do down here in the destroy is I'm going to say if this is there. So if there's an unsubscribe, and I have to put this keyword in front of it. There we go. If there's an unsubscribe, then call that unsubscribe.unsubscribe, right? So this is a lot of code that we have to write. And again, remember that you have to do this for every subscription you're doing. So it's going to end up being pretty hideous with the old way of doing it. And there are other ways to solve this, and we'll look at that later. But for now, let's just get rid of this because we don't even want to listen here right now. But I will do that actually in the next lesson. So I'll show you ways on how to do this. But it's very important you understand that here's the problem. If you don't remember to unsubscribe, you're going to start getting memory leaks. So remember that when you use behavior subjects or your own observables in any way, you have to remember to unsubscribe from them, or you'll get these nasty memory leaks that you might not see until the customer calls you and says, what's going on? Why is my program so slow? And the problem might be the memory leak. So that's it for this lesson. See you next time. I will fix this some way so that we don't have this hideous code for unsubscribing. See you next time. Bye.